In this era of corporate mergers and media wars, it's hard to imagine two potential competitors getting along. But that's exactly what happened with Richard Rawlings, star of Fast and Loud and owner of Gas Monkey Garage, and Dewaine Phipps, one of Gas Monkey's mechanics. How did this beautiful friendship begin? Welcome back to TUNANOCRUST, and here's everything we know about one of Gas Monkey's most loyal and longest-standing workers. In fact, we will share some little-known information about his relationship with Rawlings and the Gas Monkey Garage.
Yay! Phipps made one! I'm so happy! Get it, Phipps! Oh wait, I'm supposed to be a gobble, aren't I?
If you need a refresher on Fast and Loud, here's the short version. Fast and Loud was a show that aired from June 2012 to June 2020. It originally aired on Discovery Channel. Today, you can watch it with a Discovery subscription. Maybe it'll all be Max soon. Who knows? The show involved Rawlings and the other members of Gas Monkey Garage repairing and customizing classic cars into roadworthy vehicles, some of them getting serious glow-ups. There were also a few spin-offs including Misfit Garage. Remember that one? It'll be important later. After 2020, Rawlings decided that reality TV was not for him. He still works on cars in the now legendary Gas Monkey Garage. He still makes content on YouTube, and Dewaine Phipps is still right there fixing cars alongside him. We'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Ipsos iSay. If you're like me, you've got some free time every once in a while, so I hop on my phone doing some mindless activities. We've all been there, maybe on a road trip with nothing to do, in a long line, or just killing time. Well, what if I told you that you could be making money at the same time? The best part is that it involves answering survey questions. Ipsos iSay will allow you to take part in research and answer some simple questions to earn some extra cash through gift cards and rewards. The surveys are so quick and easy. There are so many different gift cards to choose from, but my favorite one is Amazon. The best part is, the surveys are tailored to my interests, so it never gets boring. I'm trying to save my gift card balance to get some new car parts soon. You can start earning gift cards and other rewards now by clicking the link below to start earning rewards with Ipsos iSay today. Now, let's get back into the video. Although simply listed as a mechanic on Fast and Loud, Phipps has been working at the garage since its creation. Richard would sometimes send cars to Dewaine Phipps to repair for quick flips. That is, if a car needed minor repairs to make it work, he would send it to Phipps Auto. You'll see him in several episodes of Fast and Loud, so keep your eyes open.
Okay, so round two. Maybe round three.
So who is he anyway? Dewaine Phipps was born and raised in Texas. His love of cars was inspired by his father, Larry Phipps. As a pilot, Larry was very familiar with machines and started Phipps Automotive in 1973. This meant Dewaine got a lot of first-hand experience working with and repairing all kinds of vehicles. But tragedy struck 2 years after Gas Monkey moved into town. Larry Phipps died on September 22, 2004 after a long-lasting illness. Due to the family asking for donations to the National Kidney Foundation, it's safe to guess some kind of kidney failure is to blame. He was 67 and died peacefully in his home. His son Dewaine became the manager of Phipps Auto shortly after. Larry's passion for cars set a fire in his son's heart that hasn't gone out ever since. Rest in peace. Your son has taken very good care of the shop for you. He was even nice to the guy who wanted to repair cars next door. You might have noticed that Phipps Auto has been around for a long time. Dewaine and Rawlings go way back to when Gas Monkey Garage opened in 2002. When Dewaine saw Rawlings opening a new shop right next door to his, he said hello, and the two became fast friends. Dewaine has been at Gas Monkey Garage almost as long as Richard. And it's worth noting that Rawlings and Dewaine Phipps are very good friends, work aside. They send each other birthday wishes, swap stories, and work on projects together. One time, Phipps sent Gas Monkey Garage a door for out-of-town guests to sign. It was covered with signatures in under a month. But most importantly, Rawlings' trust in Phipps speaks volumes. Not only are they friends, but Rawlings knows talent when he sees it. He's a savvy businessman and wouldn't invest in someone if they were not worth his time. Now wait a sec. If Dewaine worked at Gas Monkey and his dad's shop, well, how did that work? The two garages had slightly different niches. Someone who needed a standard engine repair or tune-up might go to Phipps. But if they had a classic car that needed major repairs, Gas Monkey would be the better place. Phipps Auto had been serving Dallas for over 40 years, so you know Dewaine does great work, even if it's not on a luxury car. And for small repairs, it was Phipps for quick flips. So why are we talking in the past tense? Phipps Automotive is officially closed. Their social media account says they're still open, but the shop itself closed down in 2014 and the website is defunct. What happened? Well, Rawlings, being business savvy, decided to give Phipps an offer for the shop so he can lease the shop to the Discovery Channel to film a Fast and Loud spinoff. What show? You probably guessed it. It got used as the set of Misfit Garage. Misfit Garage was made after Rawlings began having problems with two of the Gas Monkeys.
So what do you think you're gonna call your new shop here?
FU Garage.
Like as in F me?
No, as in Fired Up Garage.
Jordan popped off and said FU Garage, and yeah, I saw the digger in that. You know, I mean, I guess maybe he owes me a little bit of an FU. I mean, we did let Tom and Jordan go.
Smith in particular was known for being eccentric, if you will. His quirky attitude might have earned him fans, but after a while, Rawlings couldn't take it. So Smith and Butler started their new garage using Phipps Automotive as their base. And before you say this could have been an independent purchase, it probably wasn't. Even though Misfit Garage was characterized by its rejected Gas Monkeys, Rawlings still had plenty of sway on the set. He was one of the executive producers. Even with a rebel Gas Monkey angle, Rawlings helped run things. We have more on Misfit Garage in other videos. Check them out after this one. Considering how well the two got along, it seems a little odd that Rawlings would buy Phipps Automotive, even if it makes perfect sense as a business move. Dewaine hasn't said anything about how this makes him feel, but we're sure giving up your father's mechanic shop would be a tough decision. Misfit Garage had a good run. Not as long as Fast and Loud, but still longer than most automotive shows. Fired Up Garage, the garage Smith and Butler made, has not updated its Facebook page since 2017. It's safe to assume that the garage flopped, especially since one of the other Misfits, Scott McMillan, opened another garage in Fort Worth. Anything Phipps Auto posts now could be from Dewaine's work at Gas Monkey. Looks like Uncle Richard won this one, even though it wasn't supposed to be a competition. But what about Dewaine himself? Here's what we've got. As we've already stated, Phipps still works at Gas Monkey Garage. You might see him on Rawlings' YouTube channel. Check it out when you have the time. You never know who might come on the show to talk about cool cars. He also posts on Facebook semi-regularly as Phipps Auto. It's usually just reposting car or welding-related things. But the account is still active even if it doesn't have a ton on Phipps as a person. It's also hard to find interviews with him. One surprising thing about Phipps is that he's very open to experimenting with different drugs. As Rawlings put it, he got in trouble with the law a lot in the 1970s. This was clarified in a special YouTube video that aired on April 20th, 2021, so 420. Rawlings began asking Phipps stoner questions like, "When you clean a vacuum cleaner, are you a vacuum cleaner?" Phipps answers them all to the best of his ability.
When you clean a vacuum cleaner, are you a vacuum cleaner?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I guess you are.
There you go.
But this segment also says a decent bit about Phipps that didn't make it into any interviews. For example, Rawlings puts forth a word puzzle involving short, shorter, and shortest. He quickly catches himself, remembering that Phipps was not a good speller. Phipps also passes on a question involving the word synonym and can calculate large numbers in his head. Between Rawlings' comments and a stoned Phipps saying that getting most of the questions wrong was just like school, it's easy to guess that Phipps learned more in the shop than he did in the classroom. But he's positive that ketchup isn't a smoothie despite tomatoes being fruits. He also lies in bed, has at least one dog, enjoys concert, and likes the classic Little Green Man alien motif. He even has Phipps Star shoes with LGMs on them. Check out his Instagram at PhippsStar if you want to see pictures of his personal life. You can tell he got into some crazy stuff in the 70s from his IG alone. That's more or less what we can glean from the 420 episode though, taking anything else there with a grain of salt. We also know that Phipps is a family man. Currently, Dewaine has 2 sons from an unknown mother. We can see pictures of his current wife on IG. Going off Larry's obituary, their names are probably Kenny and Andy, but Dewaine has not said very much about his kids. It's been a while and the obituary might have been made before they were born. There's no way to know for sure. Overall, this car star keeps his private life fairly private. But if you ever want to wish him a happy birthday, Gas Monkey's Christy Brimberry wished Phippsy a happy birthday on September 29, 2014. The Monkeys continue to send their co-worker birthday wishes online. It's safe to assume everything is business as usual at Gas Monkey Garage. But what about you? Do you have a friend that you've known forever and a day? Do you work similar jobs due to a shared interest? Or are you different enough that your paths don't cross? Oh, and if you've ever been high with your best friend, what did you talk about? Let us know your best friendship stories in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss the next big thing. We'll see you next time.